Okay, today I thought I would try a few of the Legere Signature Series 2 3/4 reeds. I have several of them here, and I've done a bunch of experiments with their reeds by going by different sizes, one after the other. But I was really impressed with the consistency from reed to reed. So I want to see if they're consistent when you play a bunch that are the same size. So this is really the first time I'm playing these reeds. I think there's one in here that I may have played earlier, but I have a bunch here, so I'm just going to go. I'm going to wet it again, but I'm just going to go and rotate these out. I'll try to play similar licks on each one, and just so you can hear what they sound like, and I'll try to maybe explain and tell you if they're responding the same from reed to reed. Yeah, I love it. It's great. I played actually a gig last weekend. It was sort of a small, intimate jazz affair, and I had every intention of using the reed for just one or two tunes. I wound up playing it the whole time, so that felt pretty good. I'm going to try and set this up the same way. I talked to the folks at Legere, and they did mention that moving the reed slightly up, slightly down is a great idea. They found, I think he said that they found that just slightly above the top edge is the optimum place. That one I set up a little lower, I think, by accident. So let me move that up to where I kind of might like it. But that sounded pretty good and felt pretty good. Again, there's a little bit of a learning curve when you play these. You just have to get used to it. They're smooth on the back, which is interesting. I let one of my students try one today, and he loved it and said he was going to run out and get a couple. So. Alright, felt about the same as the one I did a second ago. So that's another 2 3/4. Here's a third 2 3/4. Again, I'm trying to establish if they're consistent from reed to reed. I guess one of the great things is that they have control over they have quality control over these. I've seen some of the videos of how they make these. Pretty impressive. So they should be pretty uniform from reed to reed. Yeah, pretty impressive. It's kind of neat. It's a little different. I'm going to just try one more. I have half a dozen or so here. And yeah, I have to say, if I had tried a box of cane reeds right now, there would have been a great disparity between those reeds. I know for a fact there would be. And you try four or six reeds out of a cane box, and you're going to get one that plays a little bit better than the others. And these so far are really consistent, which is really kind of neat. So that's not bad. I'm going to try and move this down, because I think the second one I played just now felt a little teeny bit like thinner, but it still responded well. Okay, that did feel like that, and I think I'm going to move it back up just a smidge. I mean, we're talking just a little bit of hair above the tip of the mouthpiece. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I have just a little bit of the reed, you can see, and covering, sticking out above the tip of the mouthpiece. It's a great idea, by the way, if you're a beginner. Move the reed around. You can move it slightly crooked, this way, that way, and up and down just a little bit. And as a cane reed especially gets softer, you can move it up a little bit and get a little bit more life out of it. It's really interesting. So I would say these reeds are a little bit more consistent from reed to reed. I just tried a box of another brand. Let's say they were cane reeds, and for a gig I wanted to pick out a decent reed, and I went through, I would say, 3 or 4 reeds before I found one that I liked, and they were noticeably different. I know for a fact in the cane reed box you'll get some that are just completely stuffy, and of course they warp too, and these shouldn't, being synthetic. So there you go. That's the same reed, 2 3/4, which I think is also a cool idea. They go by quarter sizes. Legere Signature Series, 2 3/4. Let me know if you thought there was any difference between reed to reed. Thanks.